Hello guys, Michael Tropepe here with a little bit more history, getting you back up to speed on what has happened over the last year. In the last video, we got a little sidetracked with my last recital at Yale, so now we're going to fast forward a little bit and get closer to the present day. After graduation, I moved back to my old apartment in New York City. Marvette had been teaching my students, so I resumed teaching them as well as started rehearsing for recitals. So here we are at 80th Street, 205. This is where I used to live. So 80th Street is a really great street because you have access to so many restaurants and bars. I'll take you over right here to 80th Street so you can see what I'm talking about. What'd you get? Rehearsing in the city can be a real pain. For one, the pianists just don't like rehearsing at home. This can be for several reasons. It costs money to keep the piano in tune. Maybe they don't want to tidy up. Rehearsing with a violinist can be very loud. This can disturb your neighbors, or because the apartments are so small, your significant other. Sometimes it's just too noisy. Usually you choose your pianist based on how well they play, but sometimes it is based on how easy it is for them to access a piano in regards to rehearsals. Typically, pianists have access to a music school, and in this instance, we were using MSM. If I wanted to record, I would have to lug cameras, tripods, a computer, microphones, microphone stands, cords, halfway across the city, down and up five flights of stairs, mind you, at my old apartment. And then you have to always, if you're going in the subway, you always have to go down a flight of stairs and back up, because of course you're going down underground. The subway is a pain, especially if you have a lot of equipment, because you have to balance it in between people, especially in a crowded car. It is such a fiasco that by the time you get to rehearsal, you are exhausted. Having to set up your gear every time and getting different pianos with different tunings makes it impossible to get a consistent recording, especially if, say, you recorded Grieg first movement and then Grieg second movement on different days. Forget it. You cannot match them. It has to be one take, or else forget it. That brings up a whole nother issue with pianos. At these schools, the pianos are always out of tune. They are constantly being destroyed by the students at the school. I see Steinways filled with coffee stains, broken strings, clearly very abused by the students. I even see remnants of prepared piano pieces where it requires you to put certain tools in between strings, make different types of sounds. This meant that we really needed a piano to streamline what we were doing. And because we were getting more students and we wanted to do group classes, we really needed a bigger place. So after a lot of time and research, we decided on a one-bedroom on West 80th Street that looked like a concert hall. So this is our old building, the Amadon. We used to live there on 83rd Street, right across the movie theater. Everything seemed great with it until. First, after leaving the bathroom one day, I heard a loud crash. Going back to the bathroom, I found glass shattered all over the floor. This was really thick glass. Looking up, I saw the light fixture missing about 12 feet up on the ceiling. If I was there just a few minutes earlier, this would have shattered all over my head. Obviously somebody replaced the light bulb and didn't tighten up the fixture. I think they probably didn't have a ladder when they went to tighten it and probably just finger tightened that thing and prayed that it wouldn't fall. Crazy. Then we had a group class one day, and after all the students left, we heard a knock at the door. We opened the door, and lo and behold, we see our neighbor, our downstairs neighbor, screaming and yelling at us, telling us we're making too much noise and asking what we're doing. This continued several more times. We went to the super and told him about this crazy man, and I guess everybody knows this guy is just a lunatic. But one time, the old man comes up screaming and yelling again, and the super is with him and standing a little bit behind him, standing there indifferent and watching the old man yell at us. It was crazy. Mind you, the piano didn't bother him. The violin didn't bother him. The only thing that bothered him in the afternoon was the slight patter of children enjoying music and having a great time being educated in the ways of a classical musician. The next fiasco that took place in this building was that our packages would say delivered. And we would go downstairs and there was no package. There was a camera overlooking the packages, so we asked to see it. It turned out that this had been going on for a long time. And it was so bad that the USPS worker who delivers the packages would write the apartment numbers in large print on the packages so that they would be discernible by the camera overlooking. The super allowed us to review the footage from the day before when our package arrived. One of the packages clearly had our numbers on it. Our apartment numbers were clearly visible on the package. And fast forwarding through, all of a sudden, a neighbor comes and looks at all the packages, picks them up all one by one, and there comes our 2B. 2B was our apartment number. Lo and behold, he grabs the package and takes it. Now the camera only shows directly over the packages. It doesn't show all the apartments and people going into their apartments. So you cannot prove that someone took a package and took it into their apartment. So this guy could claim that he was just putting it in front of somebody else's door. And that's how he was getting away with this. Later, the super came to me and told me he found package remnants with our information on it in the trash. And there was a camera overlooking the trash. So I put an anonymous letter underneath the neighbor's door one day, all sneaky, and I said, "Give me back my package or else." No, I didn't say that. I just said, I noticed my package was missing and I saw a camera shot of you taking it. So please return the package or I will have to report this to the police department. He must have known we were the new neighbors, so he thought he could get away with it because it would take a little while for, the new guy on the block to figure it out.